It's your man Jay Graves Report. We're hanging out here with Coach Eric Moore of the Center Grove Trojans. Now, you guys finished last season 6-6, 500, but you had 5-6 of those ball games just very good teams that you lost to, and you were a young team last year. Talk to me about what those losses and what that season does for your character this year, coming more back with a veteran team.
Well, I appreciate you bringing back the past like that. Prompt me. It was a tough year, but you feel like everybody that beat you, they played one of their greatest games, and it took great effort to beat us. And you can appreciate that. Sometimes you got to walk across the field and say, hey, you guys were better tonight, and I take a lot of pride in that. And I think that helps build character. I don't ever like to say losing helps, but last year that might help with this year's team more than most could say or think. And we learned a lot from that. We learned we got to play the whole game. You can't let people go the last play of the game, or can't let things get away from you in the first quarter. So we lost in a lot of different ways last year, like we never had before. But I thought we never lost our toughness, and we never lost the fight to compete, and we never give up. So those things you can build on. You come back in, you get your guys that were young that had all that experience. You get them a little more experience, a little more size, a little more speed. And you just keep building every year. We lost a lot of guys. We got a lot of guys back. That's called high school football. No matter how good you look like on paper, you still have some shortcomings, and that's us. We have a lot of shortcomings, but so do other teams, and we just hope that we can find them before they find ours.
Well, Coach, last year this time you told me that you had a freshman that you may play a little bit. He may get a little bit of time. The next thing you know, this kid rushed for 1,700 yards, and they call him the War Horse. So, do you have any gems up your sleeve this year for someone that may potentially play?
Well, we're going to let the War Horse play the whole season this time. And you know what? I got a little gym defensive kid that we'll just wait and hold that, for things to come, we'll say, a little icing on the cake down the road. But we have a couple young kids, and our sophomore class has got some extremely good athletes, and we're, hopefully we don't have to put them in the mix. When you add these two solutions together, the MIC conference and sophomores, it usually ends up as injury. So it's a tough league to play young kids in. So we're going to try to hold back on most of them as we can. But we got a lot of seniors. We got a good junior class. So and good senior leadership this year. This team really likes each other, and I like a lot of the vibe around them. Don't know how talented we are. Really don't care. I enjoy being around kids that like each other and want to play football together, and let the wins and losses fall as they may.
Well, Nate, what are the couple of the kids that you're looking to have big things come from this year? Obviously, we know the War Horses out there, but what else do you have that folks will be pleasantly surprised?
We have a really good defensive lineman in Lucas Hunter. We think he can do things up on the front. Our secondary is real talented and experienced. Lucas Railing, and we had Matt Pence and Drew Green and Chris Martin. Chris Martin is just a freak of a player, a great athlete, good track kid, can do it all back there. So, and very physical. So we're excited for that. Gabe Boyd that jumped in didn't get to play till Cathedral last year and jumps in and had a really good end of the year and a good off season. So we're at linebacker, we're excited about him. Jake Keith is our big receiver, 6'3", 200 pounds, 210 pounds, can do a lot. Cam Petty is going from running back to tight end, an excellent basketball player who's also a good athlete. The tight end, Lucas Doyle, is 6'5", 285, going to offensive tackle, a little better athlete there. I'm excited for A.J. Weesey, number 77, a 3-year starter at offensive guard, a great football player, understands the game. I'm looking forward for my son to make plays. Hey, quarterback's job, just don't beat us. Just let us play and don't do things to beat us, and we're going to be a great job. Orchestrate the game and do what you're supposed to. And his arm is a lot stronger, and he's faster and bigger, so I'm excited for him. Our other running back, Gavin Matheson, is a much better player this year, stronger and faster. But the real turning point is Sam Holt. He's a real diamond, and no one really, he's a tall, skinny kid. You wouldn't think it. He can shake and bake. He's a state qualifier in 2 hurdling events. He can run. He can catch the football. He can do it all. And he's a really good blocker too, which is got to be a constant for us on my football team. As an offensive player, you got to block, and that's what they can do. We have a big junior right guard at 6'5", 6'6", 300-pound Ethan Crow. So we got a lot of things to look forward to. But one thing that we really want to take advantage of this year is our kicking game. Luke Eckert comes back as a senior year, powerful place kicker and kickoff guy, and our brilliant punter, P.J. Buck. And he's struggled in the offseason with a little bit of an ankle injury, but he's fighting back now. He's ready to go. And, he's a max prep All-American type kid as a sophomore. So we're looking for great things out of P.J. Buck kicking the football. Kicking the football is important. I learned a long time ago, you can play defense and kick the ball. You can stay in games, and that gives you a chance to win in the end. Well,
Coach, what is your philosophy that you guys preach and teach to your kids that you want them to have every day going until this field, until they get off the field?
Well, we don't worry about anything but us.
Okay.
We give a sign. Our opponents have no face. It doesn't matter who they are. We don't discuss them, what their pros and cons are. We don't talk about them. It's just worry about Center Grove. We got to take care of Center Grove first, because if we think about who we play, we may not come to the game sometimes. They're so stinking good. So we worry about Center Grove, and we concentrate on our discipline on the field, off the field, and our toughness. We just got to do things. When we're not overly athletic than people, we got to be physically tougher, and that's our backbone. That's probably been the 20-year backbone of my career here. Is I think that we've been the tough team. We tackle well, we block hard.
Well, Coach, you start off next week with Warren Central.
The stripes come
home.
off the dog in that game.
That's right. So that's a huge ball game. Everybody's gonna be there. I'll be there. That will be the game of the week for the Jay Graves Report. So I want everybody out there watching this to remember the game of the week next week. Warren Central, Center Grove.
At Ray Skillman Stadium.
At Ray Skillman.
Don't go to the wrong place. I might go over there too with you, though.
Hey, it's your man Jay Graves Report. Holla at your boy.